Frustration is mounting and anger is growing with the liberals and passive politicians. Learn the playbook of those who are trying to destroy our country. From the blue-collar professor, he teaches, he leads, he speaks out for truth and justice. Now, the educator of all things conservative, your host, Dr. Gavin Mitchell.
Hello, everybody, and
the leader in talk radio on the internet, right here on K98Talk.com.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls? Start saving thousands in interest and fees and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1246. 800-826-1246. That's 800-826-1246. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
this is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it. There to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-696-1030. Again, 800-696-1030. That's 800-696-1030. 800-696-1030.
Alright folks, this is Rick Robinson with you. I want to tell you about some friends of mine from a company called Security Enforcement Specialists. When I ran my security agency for 12 years, I worked with one of these partners on a daily basis. He's been involved in this agency now, and with his other partner, they do have over 30 years of experience in the private security industry. If you own a business, and you need someone to keep you or your customers or residents safe, then I highly recommend contacting Security Enforcement Specialists today. Give them a call at 405-703-1796. Again, that's 405-703-1796. Again, tell them Rick from K98 Talk sent you. Like I said, if you need the help, they are here for you. So make sure that you go look them up, check them out, and see what they can do.
Wrong way. Welcome to the place.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-610-9050. That's 800-610-9050. 800-610-9050.
The Internet will never be the same. You're listening to K98Talk.com.
Wow. Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolutely.
Welcome to it. Yesterday, the con man in chief hopped on Air Force One and headed towards Orlando. And the White House sells it, the media sells it, as this is Barack Obama going to Ground Zero to meet with families, to offer condolences and empathy and sympathy, to embrace the hurt, to show leadership, and to take the first step forward in healing, not only for this community, but for the entire country. Joining him on the flight was Joe Biden, the Vice President of the United States, and Republican Senator Marco Rubio, former presidential candidate. Meeting the entourage on the tarmac after Air Force One landed was the Republican governor. There were several representatives there. This had all the makings of being exactly what this country needed. We had bipartisan, collected effort uniting to go to ground zero of one of the worst terrorist attacks and the worst mass shooting in the history of this country, to unite us, to lay the groundwork for healing, to begin to build that community up again, and set aside politics. Forget that you're a Democratic liberal or a conservative Republican or whatever you might be. There was a chance to table all of that. And this president swung and missed, and he does what he normally does. If you would like to connect with the show, you can do so a few ways. We are on the web, www.thegavinmitchellshow.com. You can email me anytime, Gavin@thegavinmitchellshow.com. I do my best to read all of those and respond to as many as I can, and thank you for those emails. They mean a lot to me. We are also on Twitter, @TheGM Show. You can follow us there. Oftentimes when I get on Twitter, unless I am very passionate about a subject, it's tongue-in-cheek a lot. There's a lot of sarcasm. I try to have a little fun with the Twitter, so we are out there with that, almost at 13,000 followers, so thank you to each and every one of you. So Barack Obama lands, and him and Joe Biden and Marco Rubio make their way to Ground Zero, and they start to visit these families. They spend a couple hours in private meetings with these families, having conversations, trying to show leadership, consoling those that are hurt, that hearts were just simply ripped out by this terrorist attack, and show some leadership. And like I said earlier, the foundation was laid for this to be a great and meaningful visit, to move in the right direction. And Barack Obama does what he always does. He spent a couple minutes talking about the tragedy, talking about the families and how our hearts are broken. And that is all true. Not only is this entire country dealing with heartbreak and devastation, we're mourning, we're hurt, but we're also mad. Enough is enough. And you'll hear it from the left, you'll hear it from the right. Everybody agrees enough is enough. For whatever reason, it was this terrorist attack that fired people up, that sparked that anger inside of them to where we say, we're not going to take it anymore. We're just not. After San Bernardino, people were hurt. And people were mad at the president, but I don't know that was the straw that broke the camel's back, unfortunately. One life lost to a terrorist attack is too many. But for whatever reason, San Bernardino didn't do it. And we go back and we look at all these terrorist attacks that are done in the name of Islam, that are done by ISIS loyalists. And we have Fort Hood. We have Chattanooga. We have San Bernardino. We have the situation in Philadelphia where the guy walked up to the police car and just shot the cop point blank and later was arrested. We have had numerous accounts of these devout Muslims slashing throats and killing people because they violate Sharia law. Grant Stinchfield here in Dallas-Fort Worth, who is on the same station I'm on, he does drive time, went through a list of 44 terrorist attacks in recent years. Some done with knives, some done with hanging, some done with fists, some done with guns. It's everywhere. But instead of setting politics aside on this visit, Barack Obama says the obligatory statements. Our hearts are broken. We're with you. We've got to do something to stop this. It's sad. The victims' families and friends made comments like, we're just here to spread the love and joy and to put an end to all the hate. Another lady said, I just prayed for this family and I can't believe this happened. Seeing President Barack Obama here makes it real. He is the leader of the United States of America. He is our president. Whether we like it or not, he is. And he has an obligation to lead, to step up and move things forward, to begin to heal, to put the pieces back together. That's what leadership does. When times get tough, leaders step up and they find a pathway to where we need to go. When normal people like you and me that may not be natural leaders or may not be in a leadership position, when we're so distraught and we're so overcome with whatever emotion it may be, fear, hurt, despair, anger, whatever, and we're not thinking straight, it's a leader that steps up and says, follow me. We're going to get through this, and this is the way we're going. And that, unfortunately, is Barack Obama's role as president of the United States. When he filled out the paperwork to run for president of the United States, that's what he was asking to do. When he campaigned, it was implicit and understood and even stated that that's the president's role. Among other things, that's the job of the president. And when he took the job, he acknowledged that role. And time again, when this country needs this president, when we are hurt, when we have been attacked, when we're angry and looking for answers, this president shuns off the situation. He goes and he plays golf. He goes to ball games in Cuba and tangos in Argentina. He comes out and says, well, I didn't understand how important these things were to the American people. He's clueless. He's detached. And then after the Orlando shooting, he came out Sunday afternoon. He came out Monday. He came out Tuesday. And every opportunity he had the chance to put America back together, to begin to mold us, to begin to heal us, to begin to drive us in the right direction. And he failed all 3 times. It seems to be the MO of this president that he falls short each and every time we need him. The only time he answers the bell is when it comes to advancing his agenda. When it comes to make sure that transgender people can go in the inappropriate bathroom. He's there, he's fighting, he's even angry. When it comes time to make sure illegal aliens aren't only welcome in this country, but they're enticed to come and they're protected, he'll champion that cause. When it comes to bringing in Syrian refugees that his own people have admitted we cannot vet, he'll get behind that. When it comes to stripping Americans of their Second Amendment rights, you bet he's on the front line. And he'll take every opportunity he can. Every opportunity that presents itself. Any tragedy that happens, he will politicize it and mold it into a cause to advance his agenda. That's what he's about. He's not about the American people. Make no mistake about it. He couldn't care less about these people. Any life is just 1 in 300-something million to him. They're numbers. Now, when he gets to ground zero in Orlando, of course, he'll appear to be empathetic. Of course, he'll issue a hug. Of course, he'll sit there and listen and shake his head as if he cares. But just as our fathers and grandfathers told us, actions speak louder than words. And I'm sick of this president's rhetoric. Everybody knows I'm not a fan of Senator John McCain. I'm a fan of the man. The man is a war hero. He is an American hero. I like the guy. As a senator, he's fallen short. But he is a frequent critic of Barack Obama, and rightfully so. Anybody with half a brain is. He accused the president of being, quote, directly responsible for the shootings because he said Obama allowed the growth of the Islamic State group on his watch. That is 100% true. We have spent the majority of this week talking about this, about not only how he created the void in northern Iraq, in Syria, toppling governments, leaving too early, having no structure there to defeat these terrorists and allowing them the opportunity to grow. That is on him. You can blame Hillary Clinton equally as much because she was the Secretary of State during a lot of that time, but he is the president. The buck stops there. And so John McCain's 100% right. He helped create this thing. But moreover, he's trying to bring it here. And anybody that argues, the Hollywood stars, the Democratic leftist media, the Brian Williams media, as Chris Salcedo calls it, the Democrats in Congress, they can spin it however they want to. We're Americans. We're supposed to help. We're supposed to open our doors. We're a welcoming country. We're a land of immigrants. At what point do Americans come first? At what point do we look out for us and ours? At what point do we say, hey, you know what? I really think it's a good idea to walk into that field, but that field is full of mines. There are bombs planted everywhere. Maybe we should take a moment and identify where those bombs are at before we take off across that field. We know we need to go through it. But how about we tie a little intelligence to this mission? How about we just don't do it blindly? That's been the argument for the right with the Syrian refugees. We're not against helping. We're not unempathetic. But what we do want to do is be careful. We want to make sure we let the right people in, the people who don't mean harm. And that comes with a giant caveat, because I'm not sure that even the Syrian refugees who don't have allegiance to ISIS are a good thing for this country. Well, Gavin, how could you possibly, how unchristian of you? Let's look at Europe and the case in point there. We've laid that out this week. That is what happens when you let multitudes of another culture into your country. They don't assimilate to your culture and your language and your ways. They bring their own, and they group together, and they hold tight to what they know and what they believe. The Turkish government ran a survey of the Turkish immigrants that are in Europe. A staggering number, it's well over half, believe Sharia law is the ultimate law, not the law of the land. Why could you not agree that if they came here, that same attitude would be held toward our Constitution? I don't know how you come to that conclusion. Now, McCain walked back his comments, saying, he misspoke. It wasn't Obama himself. It was his national security decisions. I'm telling you, that's classic John McCain. That's him cowering down to opposition on Capitol Hill because he was 100% right the first time. He should have stuck to his guns. We know that Omar Mateen called during his attack saying he was an ISIS supporter. We know that for a fact. We know he cheered for a fact when the towers in 9/11 fell. He called 911 and said, "I support ISIS." That is as good as walking into a police department and saying, "I did it. Here's my signed confession." But CIA Director John Brennan said Thursday that the agency has found no connection between the gunman and any foreign terrorist organization. What? How about the phone call? And that's plural. How about the phone calls? It's unbelievable. Barack Obama said it's going to take more than just our military. We are not able to stop every tragedy. We can't wipe away hatred and evil from every heart in this world, but we can stop some tragedies. We can save lives. We can reduce the impact of a terrorist attack if we're smart. And that is where he pivoted. And he spent the majority of his day once again lobbying for gun control. It's the gun's fault. He even made the comment, now some of these opponents to gun control say that if only a few in that nightclub had been similarly armed, the outcome would have been different. Well, that avoids common sense, he says. I stand by my statement. The people that issue these attacks are cowards. And they search for gun-free zones. That is the safe zone, as Milo puts it, for these terrorists. Gun-free zones is where they want to be. No one's going to walk in and open fire to a place where people know they're going to get shot back. They won't achieve their mission. Look at Garland and the Draw Muhammad exposition just last year. Those terrorists got out, and before they could do anything, they were shot and killed. But we quickly forget about it because no damage was done. Only the bad guys died. But the good guys had guns. Obama claimed this was an attack on the LGBT community. Americans were targeted because we're a country that has learned to welcome everyone, no matter who you are. And hatred towards people because of sexual orientation, regardless of where it comes from, is a betrayal of what's best in us. That is the president being hypocritical right there. He claims this is an attack on the LGBT community. The very essence of Islam says that if you are gay, you die. But he wants us to love the Muslim community. He wants us to welcome them in. But then he says hatred towards people because of sexual orientation is a betrayal of what's best in us. Which is it, Barack Obama? You cannot have your cake and eat it too. He doesn't even know. He doesn't know which way to go on this. He just knows that he wants to find victims and promote them, lift them up, champion their causes so he can stay in control. That's all he knows. He is weak, he is sad, and this country is sick and tired of him, and he will go down in history as the worst president we have ever had. Now, Democrats on Capitol Hill decided to filibuster, we talked about this yesterday, to get an up or down vote on the two issues, the more background checks and the assault rifles and all of that, right? They just wanted an up and down vote. They wanted to debate this. Well, they have their deal, and part of that is if you're on the no-fly list, you don't get a gun. We talked about it yesterday. That is a violation of due process. You are stripping a constitutional right away from people without due process. Well, the Republicans aren't necessarily against this idea. They want to do it more carefully. A Republican version of this discussion would allow the government to delay a gun sale to any suspected terrorist for 72 hours, but prosecutors have to go to court and show probable cause to block the sale permanently. I have no problem with that because during that proceeding and during that hearing, if you're mistakenly on that list, you can clear that up. Now, it bothers me that somebody trying to buy a firearm legally who might be on that list mistakenly has to fork out the money, but We have that trade between privacy and rights and safety. And it's a pendulum and a scale that balances itself, and sometimes some things are more important to others. I'm not against that. The problem is both these bills are going to fail. What the Republicans are throwing out there isn't enough for the Democrats, and the Republicans will never go for what the Democrats are presenting. Well, Barack Obama, remember, during his trip to unite the community and console those who have lost people, ended his statement saying, "I truly hope senators rise to the moment and do the right things. Those who defend the easy accessibility of assault weapons should meet these families and explain why that makes sense." I don't argue they're not hurting. I don't argue that they're not confused at this time. But the Constitution has lasted all these years through all these tragedies for a reason. We agreed to it. It's our contract. It's our social contract. And to try to use emotion to pummel a guarantee provided to us in the Constitution is disgusting. But we know for a fact that this president has zero regard for the Constitution.
The Gavin Mitchell Show.
It's summertime again, ladies. Time to break out those sandals and give your toenails a little TLC. The nail technicians at Friendly Nails in Cleburne, Texas are ready to provide you with professional and friendly service. From manicures to pedicures and a variety of specialized services such as acrylic nails, facials, and waxing. Custom designs and a variety of stones to accent your nails are also available. The technicians at Friendly Nails are all licensed and trained in the latest technology and have experience applying every kind of polish on the market. So stop by and be treated like royalty. Relax in their massage chairs and unwind. Full body massage therapy is also available by appointment only. For all you guys wanting to give your special lady a little treat, $50 gift certificates are available now for $40, and anyone who mentions hearing about Friendly Nails on the Gavin Mitchell Show or KLIF will get $10 off any $50 purchase. Friendly Nails is open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Sundays from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Located at 180 North Ridgeway Drive in Cleburne, Texas. Call them at 817-641-3400. Walk-ins are welcome.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-525-8479 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-525-8479 to take your call now. Call 1-800-525-8479. That's 1-800-525-8479. Again, 1-800-525-8479.
Do you need residential or commercial roof repairs, maintenance, or replacement in the Dallas-Fort Worth area? J-Bow Roofing has over 35 years of experience in the industry, and they have the know-how to keep you dry and comfortable. J-Bow Roofing also offers a roofing system that is warranted against hail of any size, and this is a no-excuse warranty. J-Bow Roofing doesn't want their customers to cringe every time it hails. They want customers to have complete confidence that their roofing system is going to stand up to the task. Basically, J-Bow Roofing wants to stop the insanity, lifetime roofing period. Re-roof once and be done. A J-Bow roof product is aesthetically pleasing and tougher than anything you can find. A J-Bow roof is so nice your neighbors will want it. J-Bow lifetime roofing systems are strong as steel, tougher than hail, and guaranteed. So it'll be the last roof you put on your house. Looking for a price? Get a no-cost, no-obligation quote today at jabeau.com. That's jabeau.com. J-Bow Roofing. Your long-term satisfaction is their immediate goal.
Twisted Roads Trading Post in Crowley, Texas is your premier biker apparel, leather, and accessories store. Stop in and visit with brothers Ron and Carl Phillips. Twisted Roads Trading Post carries leather jackets, chaps, vests, accessories, gifts, and more. Open 6 days a week, Tuesday through Thursday, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., Fridays and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and on Sundays, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Got a motorcycle or truck to sell? Their park and sell lot is now available and anxious to show off your ride. Visit us for sewing, embroidery, and t-shirt printing services. Airbrush services by our friends at Kingdom Custom Creations are also available throughout the week. Call today or visit twistedroadstradingpost.com or find and like them on Facebook. Located west of Crowley on FM 1187, then south on FM 1902. Go 1.3 miles and look for the flags. 817-768-8761. That's 817-768-8761. Twisted Roads Trading Post. If the flags are flying, we're open.
Let's get back to the program. If you're sick of the garbage that comes out of Washington, D.C., then it's time to arm yourself with knowledge from the Blue Collar Professor. Here's your host, Dr. Gavin Mitchell.
If you are looking for the show, you can find it each and every weekday, 5 p.m. Central on ConservativeRadioNetwork.com. That is our flagship station. We are on the 405 Media, K98 Talk, Sackheads Radio Media, and High Plains Radio as well. Special thanks to all those guys. I say it each and every day, but it does. It truly include us in their offering, and we're so excited to be a part of that. We also have a live offering each and every Saturday night. That's coming up tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central on News and Information 570 KLIF here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. But if you are outside the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you can find us in 3 different places. So fear not. You can still hear the show. You can still be a part of the show. You can find that at KLIF.com. They have a stream there on their website. You can find us at ConservativeRadioNetwork.com, our flagship station. And you can find us at the 405 Media as well. So special thanks to both Ron and John for carrying that on their outlets. Man, it means so much to us, and we're excited to be a part of it. And the thing about the Saturday night show, it's your one time a week to be a part of the program. You can pick up the phone, you can call in, we can have a discussion on air, and that's why we do it. We do it so that you, the listener, can be a part of the program, and we can have a discussion one time a week. And so that is. Also, if you're looking for the show on demand, maybe the times don't fit you so well, you can find the show on demand. We are on iTunes, Spreaker, TuneIn, and Google Play as well, among many others. I want to pivot back to Capitol Hill because Orlando's not the only thing going on in the world. It's definitely worth the attention we give it. It's definitely worth the top spot in the priority, but there are other things that go on that you need to know about. Representative Gwen Moore, who is a Democrat out of Wisconsin, has decided she is going to champion a cause. Now, it's important to know that there are 10 states in this country that require applicants that get welfare to undergo drug tests. Now, currently, this doesn't apply to the food stamps program, but it does apply to the others. And so what these states have said is, look, these are programs that are available to you. If you need a hand, we've got it. But what we are not going to allow you to do is take any money you might earn or get and do drugs with them. This money is intended to help you get back on your feet. This money is intended to help you pay the light bill or get medical care or put food on your table. Whatever the case may be, that's what it's designed to do as you get back on your feet. The program was never intended to be a lifelong crutch. That is for sure. And so these states have said, look, if you're going to do it, you got to stay clean. I don't know how anywhere in there's an insinuation that anybody that needs a hand from the government from time to time is a crackhead. What it's saying is those that might have a tendency to use and abuse drugs, you can't do it while you're getting our money. That makes perfect sense. Look at what the federal government does each and every day. The latest and most popular case is this threat from the Obama administration to all the school districts in the country. They sent out the directive. They sent out the memo. If you do not let transgender kids go to whatever bathroom they want to, you're not getting our money. Now, how is that different than the state saying, if you don't stay off drugs, you're not getting our money? There is no difference. None. And it's not an unreasonable request. If you need government assistance, you have to obey the law. It's that simple. Well, Gwen Moore says that she's had enough of this growing movement to drug test poor people who need government assistance. She's had enough. And so she has introduced what they're calling the Top 1% Accountability Act. And this legislation will require anyone claiming itemized tax deductions of over $150,000 in a given year to submit a clean drug test. If the filer does not submit the drug test within 3 months of filing, he or she won't be able to take the itemized deductions. They'll have to take the standard deduction. What does that mean? Let's say you earn $100 this year, and $4 is the standard deduction. And so what that means is you would deduct that from your taxable income, and you would pay taxes on 96 cents. But it might be that you spent more of that $100 in a business, traveling, doing things you needed to do to earn money. Maybe you gave money to charity. All of those are, quote, tax deductions. And if your itemized list of things that are tax deductible exceeds that $4, then you can write them off as itemized items, and you can reduce that 96 cents to maybe 90 cents or 85. That's how this thing works, just so everybody knows. What she's saying is anybody who is able to write off more than $150,000, they got to pee in a cup, or they got to pay everything. Isn't this proving you're innocent to be able to use a law that's on the books? Nowhere in there are these people breaking the law. They're not asking for anything. This Top 1% Accountability Act. They're not asking for anything other than to be able to follow the tax code as it is. But Gwen Moore has decided that because, quote, poor people are being attacked, we're going to take the fight to the top 1%. She's created victims. It's what they do. It's how they act. And somebody please explain to me how this passes muster. There's no way this thing's going to fly. It's going to die immediately. But just the very idea, the mindset of the left, well, if you're going to make these people we are giving money to follow the law, well, then we're going to take more money from this group if they don't follow the law. Even though we have no probable cause or suspicion that they might be using drugs, in order to take a chosen path that is very valid and legal in the tax code, they're going to have to prove to us they haven't broke the law. How is that straight thinking? How is that good for this country? How is that not victim stance from the left? And it's that same mindset that carries over through all of this. At what point are we going to say enough's enough? And it's not just the left, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Ryan came out yesterday and had some very interesting comments on illegal immigration. Let's talk about it next.
The Gavin Mitchell Show.
Are you getting squeezed by the economic downturn? Hey, you were doing fine. Then, all of a sudden, you're having a tough time paying your family's credit card bills. Maybe you were downsized or even lost a job, but you still owe 10 grand or more in credit card bills. And you just can't afford the minimum payments anymore. We're here to help. We are the Genesis Debt Partners. We know the secrets to negotiate better terms with your creditors. Make a free 10-minute call right now and learn how we can help you get out of debt. 800-807-9767. If you owe 10 grand or more in credit card debt and you want to learn how you can pay less and get out of debt faster, call right now. 800-807-9767. 800-807-9767. Get out of debt now. 800-807-9767.
Hey everybody, your pal Gavin Mitchell here from my friends at Texas Elite Landscape. We all have that embarrassing spot in our yard we just can't seem to get grass to grow. Or perhaps you're tired of pumping hundreds and thousands of dollars into your yard just to get it to turn green when the weather warms up. Or maybe the constant maintenance is just too much to bear. Well, my friends at Texas Elite Landscaping are the most respected synthetic grass installation specialists in North Texas. Locally owned and operated, they have installed over 1 million square feet of the highest quality grass made right here in the USA. And I know what you're thinking. Is it pet and child friendly? You bet it is. So whether you want your yard looking picture perfect year round, no matter what the season is, or perhaps you'd like a putting green in the backyard to keep your husband home on Saturdays, give my friends at Texas Elite Landscaping a call today. 214-298-7726. That's 214-298-7726. Or find them at TexasEliteLandscaping.com.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-824-3301. 800-824-3301. That's 800-824-3301. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
Boy, man, I had a rough night's sleep. Boy, I got a letter from the IRS yesterday, and I just couldn't sleep. Man, I'm dying here. Somebody help me.
IRS problems affect more than just your finances. If you're ready to take back control of your life and you owe more than $10,000, you need to call the tax doctor. Their expert staff can immediately protect you from the IRS and state collectors and get you the best possible tax settlement guaranteed. The IRS has recently released new programs geared in helping struggling taxpayers, where you may qualify to settle your tax debt and wipe out up to 85% or more of what you currently owe. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call the tax doctor right now. See if you qualify to pay less. 800-631-9123. 800-631-9123. 800-631-9123. Again, 800-631-9123.
Hey, liberals, try rooting for your own country for a change. Our blue-collar educator of all things common sense does. Now, back to the Gavin Mitchell Show.
July 4th. It is more than just this country's birthday. It is the launch date for the cooperation between Conservative Radio Network and hashtag Red Nation Rising. Red Nation Rising has an account for all 50 states, has a national account, has counts in other countries. The hashtag itself has over 1 billion impressions a month, and they have teamed up with Ron Phillips at conservativeradionetwork.com to make conservativeradionetwork.com the official voice of Red Nation Rising. We are a part of that. Many others are, and we're excited. It is coming July 4th. Be ready for that. So Paul Ryan comes out, and he was asked by Bill O'Reilly about Kate's Law. Many of us remember that Kate Steinle is what this law was named after. And she was walking along a pier in San Francisco with her father, where she was shot in the back, and her father held her as she bled out. Her dad recalls her last dying words being, "Help me, Dad." And she died right there in her father's arms. 32 years old, I believe. Having a nice day out on the pier with her father, and senselessly shot down by a man. Now, this just wasn't any man. This is a man who had returned to the United States after being deported and was a 5-time felon. San Francisco is a sanctuary city, and so he went to San Francisco. He's protected there. They can elect to not follow federal law if they choose to. There are no repercussions. Unlike the school districts who don't let transgender kids in the bathroom and get their money taken away, Barack Obama sees no need in pulling funding from these sanctuary cities if they decide not to follow federal law, not just a directive, federal law. The end result is these illegal aliens find these sanctuary cities, and some of them, I'm not even going to say most of them, but one is too many, decide to commit crimes, some of them violent crimes, some of them murder, in the case of Kate Steinle. Well, Bill O'Reilly asked Paul Ryan, and I'm going to read a little bit of the transcript to you. Right now, we have a system where we can't protect Americans from violent criminal aliens who defied deportation 4, 5, 6 times. We still can't protect Kate Steinle, a 32-year-old woman in San Francisco, from being killed. Kate's law would make it easier for the authorities to apprehend foreign criminals, and it would also provide mandatory sentences just for defying deportation. And Congress can't get it done, and the folks don't understand why. That's exactly right. Ryan responded, well, first of all, the guy shouldn't have been here in the first place if we actually enforced our immigration laws. True. That's one point. Point two, we have to take the sanctuary cities. We have to take after the sanctuary cities. We have to deal with, and we've been doing this through the appropriations process. So that means pulling money from them. And that's the right way to go about it. We have to deal with the cities that are openly defying our immigration laws because that gives safe haven to people like this. So that's point 1, 2. Point 3, we have to figure out how it is that we write Kate's law so that we're not clogging up our jails so much for, say, DUI, but for the true violent criminals. We need to get the details right so that we actually go after the people that are doing this. Trust me, you know we're frustrated with this. How frustrated is Kate Steinle's family, Paul Ryan? And we want to go after the real illegals, the bad guys, not the people with DUI. Let me tell you something, Paul Ryan. If you have ever been affected by the loss of someone who is hit by a drunk driver, DUI is a pretty serious offense. And now all of a sudden, the Speaker of the House is deciding which laws are bad and which laws are acceptable to break. All of a sudden, there's a litmus test in this guy's mind that, well, this one's not so bad, but this one's okay. This article goes on to cite different fatality crashes by illegal aliens, and the numbers are astonishing. And it says that the number of hit-and-run accidents in Los Angeles, this is just in Los Angeles, is 4 times higher than the national average, with 1 in 5 crashes involving an unlicensed driver. They get in a wreck and they take off because they're going to get deported. They think, little do they know, they're in a sanctuary city if they get caught. But all of a sudden, Paul Ryan is saying, look, DUI, not so bad. Yeah, you know, it happens. Everybody does it. Not so bad. Well, where's the line? Is it murder? Is it rape? Is it theft? Is it assault with a deadly weapon? We can go down the whole criminal code. Where is the line, Paul Ryan? All of a sudden, there are laws above and beyond entering this country illegally that are acceptable to break by illegal aliens. But you and I, American citizens, we're held to account. He has no problem throwing us in the jail for DUI, but not the illegal aliens. That will clog up the system. He wants to know why Donald Trump is so successful. He wants to know why the American people are just done with Capitol Hill. The president, the Senate, the House, both parties, all members. He wants to know why. This is why. Because garbage like this falls out of this clown's mouth. It's no secret. I can't believe it. I can't believe that the Speaker of the House has come out and said we can't pass Kate's law because we don't want to clog up the jails with DUI offenders. Very few times am I left speechless. I am now. I don't know how to respond to that stupidity. I don't know how to react to putting politics so far ahead of the safety of the people in this country to this degree. You expect it to some degree from Capitol Hill, but to this degree from the leader of the Republican Party, the party that's supposed to stand for the Constitution and for the Bible and conservative principle. That's what they're saying. He wants to know why the GOP's dead and Donald Trump's excelling. That's why. The ridiculousness doesn't stop there. Philadelphia passes a soda tax. We're going to get into it next.
The Gavin Mitchell Show.
You hear the headlines. You know health insurance is a real mess right now. Premiums have skyrocketed, and in most cases, you're stuck with your plan until open enrollment. But there's a government rule that allows you to qualify for lower health insurance rates if your life has changed. That means if you've changed jobs, if you're having a child, if you're getting married, if you're getting divorced, even if you run a small business or you're self-employed, this law may qualify you to get lower health insurance rates. Call the Health Insurance Hotline today. Learn how this 10-minute call can help you get lower health insurance rates. This is a free service to help consumers learn the laws to help them qualify for lower health insurance rates. So call right now to learn more. 800-926-4501, 800-926-4501, 800-926-4501, 800-926-4501.
Hey folks, Gavin Mitchell here. If you're in the market for a new car or truck, Jerry Chevrolet in Weatherford has been family owned and operated for nearly 50 years, and my family has done business with Jerry for 25 of those. Jerry's proudly built a reputation of working hard to provide their customers with great service and exceptional value. Jerry Chevrolet has hundreds of new trucks in stock, and they are always marked with the absolute lowest price. Come test drive the Chevy Silverado or the Colorado today and get yourself a $25 prepaid Visa gift card for doing it. When you go online at jerrychevytexas.com, Jerry will offer you a $25 prepaid Visa gift card just for stopping in. No purchase necessary. It's as easy as that. If you have a trade-in, Jerry Chevrolet is always looking for quality used cars, and you can go to jerrychevytexas.com today and find out what your vehicle is worth. Find new roads at Jerry Chevrolet in Weatherford and at jerrychevytexas.com. Come out our way and trade your way. Tell them Gavin sent you.
Attention business owners. We know that owning a business means getting things done right now. So if your right now list includes a new building, call the Right Now Company. General Steel. We can design a building for your business quickly and save you thousands of dollars. That's right, thousands. You may think General Steel only builds large projects or that you can't afford General Steel quality. Well, check these prices. How about a 40 by 60 foot building for under $22,000? Or even a 50 by 100 for under $35,000? That's right, a 5,000 square foot building for under $35,000. And these buildings all have General Steel quality. Best of all, you can still order a building and have it delivered in time to build this year. How's that for right now? So if your right now list includes a new building, call the Right Now Company, General Steel.
800-398-8309, 800-398-8309, 800-398-8309. That's 800-398-8309.
Hey everybody, Gavin Mitchell from the Gavin Mitchell Show here. Of course you can find our show every week on our flagship station, News and Information, 570 AM KLIF, but sometimes once a week just isn't enough. I would encourage you to go out to our website, www.thegavinmitchellshow.com, and there you'll find a plethora of information about the show, including archived episodes of our daily podcast. You'll find a blog written by me and other conservative writers, and entertaining videos that are available with the Gavin Mitchell Experience. I would encourage you to follow us on Twitter at The GM Show. We are on Facebook, facebook.com/The Gavin Mitchell Show. And of course, we are on our flagship station for the internet, conservativeradionetwork.com, with the most talented conservative podcasters in the country. So be sure to tune in Saturdays at 8 p.m. right here on News and Information 570 AM KLIF, or through the week at conservativeradionetwork.com or www.thegavinmitchellshow.com.
If you happen to drive by the studios during a commercial break and you see a guy on the roof waving an American flag, that's our blue-collar doctor of common sense. And now here he is, your host, Dr. Gavin Mitchell.
Philadelphia became the first major American city with a soda tax yesterday. They're not the only one, but they're the first major city. Berkeley, California has a similar law. Should surprise no one. Berkeley's the land of hippies and leftists and all of that. Philadelphia is the land of leftists. I mean, they booed Santa Claus, for goodness sake, right? That is Philadelphia. And we all know what and who this mayor is. He is a leftist nut job. He's way out there. When a final vote of 13-4, the Philadelphia City Council passed a 1.5 cent per ounce tax on all sugar-added and artificially sweetened soft drinks. What does that mean? That's a lot of rhetoric, a lot of math. What does it mean? It means if you go in and you buy a can of Dr. Pepper, of Coca-Cola, whatever, you're going to add 18 cents to the cost of that one can of soda. It's $1.08 to a 6-pack and $1.02 to the cost of a 2-liter bottle. I don't know what the cost of a 2-liter bottle is in Philadelphia. I don't know what inflation or the cost of living has done to a 2-liter bottle there, but I buy a lot of Dr. Pepper. I do. And at the local grocery store, it's about $1 to $1.25 a 2-liter bottle. This means it would effectively double the price of a 2-liter bottle. Why are they doing this? Is this one of those pushes like in New York City where they say, hey, everybody's fat, we got to get off the carbonated drinks and do it? No, the mayor claims that this is not a pitch to make Philadelphia healthier, but it's a way to increase revenue for pre-kindergarten and community schools and recreation centers. They claim that the new tax will bring in about $90 million. It's a money grab, is what it is. And as frustrating as it is, and as nonsensical as it is, the precedent's been set for things like this. And city councils and city governments, counties, states, they have the right to regulate. They absolutely do. If you look back at the sin tax, that's what laid the groundwork for all of this. The tobacco tax, the tax on cigarettes and chewing tobacco. Remember, it was harmful, and so everybody thought, oh, well, the way to beat this, the way to get at this is just put such a big tax on it, people won't buy it. What they found is they bought it anyway. And if you follow simple economics, you know that additional tax burden is split between the consumer and the seller. It's simple math to prove that. And so even though the consumer pays it, the retailer's still going to pick up some of this. Maybe one day I'll explain that in detail. But the fact of the matter is the city has the right to regulate. They can do this. Now, what the voters can do is call for a ballot and strike it down, or they can reelect new city officials if they don't like it. But credit to the left in Philadelphia. If you're going to do something this drastic, this serious, if you're basically going to attack the freedom to go in and buy a soda as you fill up for gas. I mean, my gosh, what's more American than that? Go in and buy a bag of chips and a soda as you fill up your gas tank and go to wherever you're going. That's American. That's as American as baseball and apple pie. If you're going to go after something like that, you better have a dadgum good reason. And boy, they spun it with a dadgum good reason. Tell me what's more important than education and rec centers to help the youth. Absolutely nothing. So it's a great play on a spin on their part, but it's a money grab. Make no mistake about it. Could they have gotten it other ways? You bet they could have. Could they have been a little more inconspicuous? Absolutely. But it's a leftist city with a leftist mayor and a leftist city council, and he's constantly doing stupid things. This is the same Jim Kenney, the mayor, who claimed after this guy shot that police officer point blank, screaming different Islamic things, testifying that it was an Islamic hit. Oh, well, we don't know that. We don't want to attack the Islamic community. Now, the big soda shops have stood up and they said, look, we've spent a lot of money fighting this. They've spent a lot of money fighting this, and we're going to sue. They claim that this tax is discriminatory and highly unpopular. Well, I'm sure it's highly unpopular. Discriminatory to who? Who's it discriminatory against? Everybody enjoys a soda. Some don't drink it. You could say it's discriminatory towards fat people, but, you know, it's not necessarily the soda that makes people fat. I saw a bumper sticker one time that claimed blaming guns for death is like blaming the soda or blaming the spoon for Rosie O'Donnell being fat. you got a choice to pick up a soda or not. It's completely up to you. I don't know. It's a money grab. It's going to a good cause. Let's see what shakes out of it. Let's see if other cities follow. Folks, that's going to do it for today. In the words of the great Ray Wiley Hubbard, on the days I keep my gratitude higher than my expectations. Well, I have really good days. I hope you have a great day. Join us tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central, for the live offering, and we will see you then. For Ron Phillips, I am Gavin Mitchell. This has been a Pinnacle Broadcast Holdings production.